Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, BairdBros.
Okay.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Baird Brothers podcast, or podcast in the Windowsill, whatever we decide to call this.
I like podcasts in the windowsill.
That actually sounds like fun. Let's go with that.
Great. Pulled that right out of my left ear. In our first episode, we will be talking about E3. E3 it happened last week, but now we're finally getting around to talking about it. So, overall thoughts?
I thought that it was pretty disappointing until Nintendo swept in and Superman the show just swept everybody off their feet.
We'll get to that later.
Nintendo, for the most part, did a lot of gameplay with their Treehouse peeps.
They did. True.
Nintendo had a lot of content.
But out of the stuff that was announced, I think Nintendo announced the most bestest stuff.
Yes. They did announce some really good stuff. I am really impressed with Nintendo this E3.
I am excited for VR Fallout, though.
Yeah. We're going to go through each of the conferences in the order that they happened. We're going to talk about a little bit about the games that happened.
So does that
I didn't watch.
Are we starting with Xbox then?
As much?
No. EA happened before Xbox.
EA before Xbox.
I don't know much about EA. I just know
Bethesda,
it's a bunch of sports.
Bethesda was first, right?
No, Bethesda was not first. It was EA.
Was
first.
it EA? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
I didn't watch as much as you guys did. I reviewed. I went back and read some articles. I went through some of the conferences afterwards.
Yeah. So EA revealed a new BioWare game called Anthem, which looks fantastic.
Oh.
It's a sci-fi game,
Connor's
space.
been telling me to look that up. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it looks really good. BioWare is the guys who made Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
Yeah. But they don't want to be known just for that.
Yeah. They don't want to be known just for medieval and sci-fi games, which is why they which is why they made a new sci-fi game.
Oh no, it was. Sorry, I was.
I don't think they want to be known for the weird
Bethesda,
endings that they do.
Bethesda said a thing that they don't want to be known just for Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. I'm sorry, I misquoted.
All right, so they announced Anthem, some Madden stuff. Then they're bringing back campaign in Madden.
A campaign.
Yeah, the Madden games have campaigns apparently.
Are we gonna be able to kick what's his bucket off the team just for fun? Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick. Who that is?
He's the guy that sat down during the national anthem. During one of the games.
Yeah, kick him off.
Can I use cheat codes to get Kobe Bryant?
Can I play Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk plays football.
That was my favorite part about the Tony Hawk games was the secret characters.
Yeah, you could get
Boba Fett and Darth Maul.
Darth Maul and Wolverine were in the same game.
Well, and they had
crossover.
Oh crap! What's his name? The BMX guy.
Funny, they're both part of Disney Universe.
Matt Hoffman.
Matt Hoffman. And they had Kelly Slater, I believe, was in one of the games, and he's a professional surfer.
Kelly Slater's professional surfer game, Tony Hawk was in that.
You can get
I remember. I played that one.
Those were all put together by Activision, right?
Yeah.
Activision put those together.
The other big thing that EA did was they showed some new stuff for Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Which Naboo.
And they announced that all of the DLC for Battlefront 2 is going to be free.
Which means I won't have to pay an arm and a leg, which will be nice.
I don't own Battlefront 1.
You're not missing out too much.
Well, I loved Battlefront 1. I've played Battlefront 1. I haven't gotten around to buying it. But I'm definitely going to buy Battlefront 2.
I bought it because it was $30.
We may play that one.
I got the gold edition, I think it was, for $30.
Yeah,
so.
I bought it.
It was during May the 4th sale.
I bought Battlefront because a friend made me. Gavin made me do it.
Gavin, if you watch this, what's up?
I'll link it to him just for that.
Miss you, buddy.
Yes.
Miss you, buddy. Okay.
Backpack.
Anyway.
Backpack misses.
Stop.
So that's
inside
the big
jokes.
E3 stuff.
Okay. Yeah, the big EA stuff.
Yeah, EA. Did I say E3? I meant EA.
We're wrapping up right there, folks. That is all you get to hear. EA was the only.
We'll upload the others in separate parts.
5-minute increments.
Yeah. So, Microsoft.
Cross-console Minecraft.
That's actually yeah.
I'm starting there.
I'm so stoked with that.
Whoa! The biggest thing for Microsoft was the Xbox One X.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. But I'm more excited about Minecraft. That's
me
coming.
too.
Okay.
That's coming fast.
Xbox One X was a watered-down, overhyped system, in my opinion. It's basically the Xbox One, just 4K. I mean, it's called the Xbox One X, but I mean, so it makes sense.
It is backwards compatible all the way to the original Xbox game.
That's true. I heard about that.
I need it.
I'm getting it.
Because
I'm just gonna flat out say I'm gonna try
well,
my best.
I
to get
still
my
think it was a
hands on
little overhyped. That is a really cool feature. It's really cool that it goes into 4K. But can you imagine playing your original Xbox games in 4K, or trying to upscale them to 4K?
I don't know. The 360 did a pretty decent job of it. 360 put it up to
upscaling.
Yeah,
upscaling. Okay, not playing in 4K.
upscaling.
Xbox 360
I imagine
now in
when
4K.
it upscales the game, it'll probably only put it up to like 480, 720 at the most.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it'll be the equivalent of hooking your original Xbox up to a 4K TV.
As long as it's not like
shouldn't look too
when,
bad.
Yeah.
as long as it's not like when Blu-ray players try to upscale DVDs,
Ugh.
because that
Ugh.
was a bad idea.
Well, they got better at that.
I did realize that the the Xbox One X has a new nickname.
A nude nickname?
No, a new one.
Oh, Xbone X.
It sounds like a username.
I know, doesn't it? It's so cool.
It sounds like a username from like 2009.
Xbone X.
Big X, little X bone, little X, big X.
Xbone X. XX Bone XX.
Xbone X.
There's because of the Xbox One X having 4K, there's some games that are getting free upgrades to 4K, like
What they did that with PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
but they were leaving it to developers whether they wanted it to be free or not.
Yeah.
From what I
Yeah.
Well,
understand,
all of them have been free.
From what I understand, Xbox is just not giving them a choice. It's gonna be free if they decide to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of those games are Forza Horizon 3. I'm excited about that because I have that.
The Forza games are fun.
Yeah.
Halo Wars 2, Gears of War 4, Killer Instinct, and Minecraft, of course.
Minecraft upscaled to 4K
the price
could be really
they
good.
announced for it is gonna be
$500.
$4.99.
Yeah.
$499.
That's $500.
At the time of this,
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for their clever pricing.
they're trying to make it look
There's
like
more
less.
behind it than just clever
Yeah.
pricing, but yeah, no, $500. I that's not the worst. That's been the
think
worst
it was-
price for a console that's been announced at E3.
Was it the PlayStation?
PlayStation 3.
Which was $700. $800?
$799.
$799.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was $6.99.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It
No,
was
it
ridiculous.
I think it was $6.99.
$699.
And it was only 20 gigs.
They get up there and they're like $699. Everybody just goes.
And then Xbox.
He just kind
Xbox.
of gets up all suave. So.
Xbox 360 gets announced for $200 lower.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 3 never recovered from that.
And the Wii was came out just prior.
It just printed
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
The Wii did really well because
the
of the
Wii-
motion control.
The
Yeah.
Wii was one of the best-selling consoles.
Nintendo-
Of all time.
You're
Nintendo's
way
okay.
off track now.
All right. So back to E3.
So Xbox One X. Let's talk about Minecraft for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross-console.
Minecraft cross console is a fantastic idea in my opinion. I think that's something more games need to incorporate in.
I've looked into this a lot because I'm extremely excited.
And you
Yeah.
mentioned there was a caveat to it.
So it'll cover the Pocket Edition, Windows 10, Switch, and the Xbone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the catch is, on the console versions, instead of it being an update to the console version of Minecraft, they're going to release a separate version from what I understand.
Yeah, I think that's what I
think
gleaned.
those who own
Yeah.
the version will get a major discount or get it for free. I'm not entirely sure. We don't
I
have
really,
full
I
details
really
yet.
hope it's for free because
Me too.
I think that would be the best approach. I
by
understand
the-
that you got to make money, but if you've already spent money on Minecraft,
Another thing I was told by another YouTuber that I watch who's very into console Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm
The
familiar.
way he was making it sound is anything you've bought on one console, like say you have all the texture packs and mashup packs on Xbox, they'll transfer over for the Switch version.
Okay, yeah.
so Switch
That's-
is wait,
And same with Windows 10.
Switch is
and
part of the
Pocket.
cross console then.
Yeah.
Switch will be part of that.
So it's just all console ones will be able to cross over
Except for the
with
PlayStation.
with the exception
PlayStation
of
4
PlayStation.
and PlayStation Vita are not part of it because
Sony's-
Sony's working out their problems.
Sony had a new system, but they didn't talk about it at E3, right? They've got a new system
no,
they're working
their
on.
new
PS4 Pro
that
was
was-
their new system.
That was
It
their new system.
Oh, is it out already?
Yeah,
I'm
it's out.
I'm not up on Sony. I just haven't had money to keep
Uh,
up with Sony.
The major thing I kept
so I
up
haven't
with on
wanted-
Sony
bothered.
is Kingdom Hearts, and that's just Square Enix.
That's Square Enix, and that won't be talked about until D23 because there was a trailer that came out saying we'll be at D23 Expo in July. So
But it does look extremely
it
pretty.
looks really good.
so
Anyway,
maybe
Yeah.
we could do a mini podcast on that.
we could probably do a
Alright.
small podcast about
So,
that. We'll see.
they also announced Sea of Thieves,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically Rare's take on pirates. I believe it's Rare.
I
I don't know.
I
I
think
think-
it's Rare. I think it's Rare.
think it's Rare. I'm a fan of Rare and I'm a fan of Pirates, so this should be fun.
Yeah. I mean, Rare's been relegated to making Kinect games for the past 4 years, so
Well,
it's
that's true.
good
I
to
mean,
see them.
I thought that
it's-
was just
okay.
kind of like when they announced the Kinect, they just kept
Yeah,
making
because
Kinect games.
well, I guess okay. I've
like
been
the
a fan.
original. Kinect.
I've been a
Yeah.
fan of Rare in the past. I mean, recently they haven't put out a whole lot. The last big thing that they put out was Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts
yeah.
and Bolts, which really just
Oh.
was a letdown as far as
No, it was Viva
What?
Pinata.
Oh yeah,
the-
Viva
okay,
Pinata.
Viva
That's
Viva
right.
Pinata, Trouble
That-
in Paradise.
Viva-
That was actually a lot
Viva
of fun.
Pinata went over well. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts was kind of a
I-
letdown as far as
If
a
you were
lot of
looking
far
for
as-
diehard
original-
fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were looking for the platform style, that wasn't there.
It
But
was
the game is fun.
Yeah.
It was the first game that I played in the series,
Same
and I
here.
absolutely loved
Well,
it.
and in response to that, there was recently Ukulele that came out, and you played that on your channel, Daniel, right?
I played some of it, not a crud ton of it.
Yeah, and
Alright.
that was
Enough to formulate an opinion for the
Um,
channel. I went through and played through by myself.
yeah. Well, go
so-
watch those.
Yeah. Next was Assassin's Creed Origins.
He controlled the arrow at the
What?
very end of the trailer. That weirded me out.
I
Did you notice that?
I don't think I watched the same trailer as you because they released like 3 trailers for it.
I watched the one that was part of the Ubisoft
Okay.
one,
Oh yeah,
Ubisoft.
which included some of the gameplay.
yeah,
There's like a slow mo control for the arrow.
Yeah.
yeah. It looks cool.
They keep adding in new stuff, but I'm getting a little tired of Assassin's Creed.
It seems
Yeah.
like they pulled some of the concepts from the DLC for AC3,
Yeah. I-
where you can control a hawk form
Uh,
to
yeah.
spy on the
Yeah.
land and stuff.
Well,
That was actually pretty cool.
Okay. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a great series. I love the games. I think they're super, super fun. I'm getting
I
a
feel
little.
like they ran out of ideas.
I'm
and they're
getting
just
tired.
gonna-
It's getting. They're gonna run this into the ground.
I mean, they should have stopped after 4.
They're milking it for all it's worth. I mean, the movie, continuing to put out games. They're just gonna run this.
Syndicate was great though.
They're gonna run this until they're not only out of ideas, but no one wants to play them anymore.
I'm fine with them releasing more Assassin's Creed games as long as they're good. Unity was a misstep.
Yeah.
I haven't played that one. just
Unity
yet.
was a major misstep.
Black Flag was kind of.
I loved
It
Black
was
Flag.
all right. I've got Black Flag, and I thought
I
it was
started
all right.
playing that.
Syndicate was great. I love
Um,
Syndicate.
I played the standalone DLC for AC4.
Okay, here's what I want.
It was.
I want an entire Assassin's Creed game that takes place outside of the Animus.
Yeah. Right?
I
hope
want
that's
I
what-
want an Assassin's Creed game that feels like Tron.
At the moment, I think the closest you're gonna get is Watch_Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
There's an
It's
underscore.
just Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
But I like saying underscore.
But yeah, I feel like you're right on that one. I want an Assassin's Creed game though that feels like the Tron game that came out a few years ago.
That game was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, what's it called?
Uh,
Uprising?
Revolution?
Revolution?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember.
I don't
Right
it
off
was
the top
good,
of my head.
though.
It was good. It was a really good game. It was
Backwards compatible on the Xbox
heavily
One.
parkour based.
It's great. Forza Motorsport 7.
Yeah.
I'm meh about that. I didn't really get into the racing part of Forza 3. I just like driving around, and you can't do that in the motorsport game.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are plenty who will be excited for that.
Yeah. It should be good.
Metro Exodus. A continuation of the Metro series.
Yeah. Metro series though.
Yeah.
2033, Last Light.
I
Gibbage Man?
yeah.
But
That's the only place I know the Metro series
I
is
own-
from Garbage Man.
I own 2033.
Yeah, I believe
Um,
it was free on Xbox 360 games with gold, and I got it then.
I don't know if I got that.
It's a fun game. It's intense, but it's fun.
Yeah. And with Bethesda not announcing new Fallout game, spoiler alert. With Bethesda not announcing a new one, that's gonna be what fills that gap for me, I think.
Well, you could get the PlayStation VR and get
Yeah.
Fallout 4, but But you'll have to-
Microsoft announced 42 different games, and we don't have time to cover all of them, so we're just gonna move on.
yeah, let's move on to
Bethesda! Bethesda! I am so disappointed.
Skyrim Switch. Amiibo.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
the only highlight
that's
I
the-
really have.
Okay,
Okay,
let's.
there was only I saw a thing on Reddit that was just like at E3 2035 they'll be announcing Skyrim for the PlayStation 8.
Yeah.
They just keep re-releasing
They
it, and I'll
need
probably
to
buy
let
it.
They need to let it go. What really ticks me off, though. Okay, let's go through the conference first. We'll name the things.
Their presentation
Doom
was kinda
VFR. I'm not telling you what the F stands for. Fallout VR. Skyrim VR.
fun. Quake.
The Quake. The Creation Club.
Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
That one was creepy.
Dishonored 2 standalone DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein 2, yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind had way too much time devoted to it.
There's so much hype. Morrowind was great
They had
as a game.
They had a
But-
20-minute conference, and they spent 5 minutes of it on the Morrowind DLC for Elder Scrolls Online.
I don't
They've
think
been
that's
hyping that up for months now.
I don't
Yeah.
I
well,
got sick of it.
I don't think it's a bad thing to spend time on. If
Oh.
you feel like getting mad, Skyrim's got paid mods again.
Yep.
So
again.
yep,
Oh,
because Bethesda's got their own thing that they're doing now.
The Creation Club.
Their creation club.
Yeah. So
is that being forced on
we're-
consoles?
yes.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
Not all.
not all mods will
be
be.
paid.
Yeah, they don't all
You know,
cost.
they tried this once on Steam. They
Well, and
saw the
Steam
reaction.
didn't want to fiddle with it. They're like, no, this is a bad idea.
All right, so we're gonna finish going through the conference. Elder Scrolls Legends DLC, DLC for their card game, and what's the DLC about? Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, sensing a theme here, are we?
Oh, okay, hold on. One of my favorite things Bethesda put out. Good heavens, Skyrim on Switch has the most horrifying version of Link because of the you can get a Breath of the Wild costume that's
Yeah.
Through the
Link's
amiibo.
blue tunic through the amiibo on the Switch,
I
and it is
am
horrifying.
So happy. I am so excited.
It is
to
so
play that.
horrifying.
Like, I don't have to have the PC edition
Okay.
anymore to do that.
If they're gonna do that though, if they're gonna do that with Breath of the Wild and Skyrim, I want them to do like Mario or something. So you just
That would be
I
great.
would love a Skyrim amiibo so
I
you
would-
could scan items into Breath of the Wild from.
There you
Or-
there you go, Bethesda. Don't give us more iterations of Skyrim. Just give us microtransactions so we can get Mario in our games.
dude, if you use like the pixelated Mario or the pixelated Link, and you just like put it on there, and then Mario would turn Skyrim just into like a side scroller style Mario platformer, and then if you use like the pixelated Link, then it just turns
Top-down perspective.
top-down perspective 8-bit Skyrim.
Yes. Okay. So the last thing they announced was Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus,
Yeah.
and that was the end.
Nazi America.
Well, yeah, that's what the Wolfenstein games are.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Have you not
yes.
played a Wolfenstein?
No.
They're fun. I mean,
Like I
they're-
saw that and I was
so-
really
FPS
confused,
games,
but it looked like it would be fun.
Yeah.
Um,
So the last thing that I would like to say is that the first 20 minutes of the entire thing for Bethesda's conference was, it felt like they were getting stuff out of the way so that they could move on to their big announcements. And it felt like right at the end of that Wolfenstein, it was going to be like, oh, and one more thing. But that didn't happen.
It just
Yeah.
And
and
it
it's-
really felt like that should have happened.
Okay. Bethesda kind of dropped the ball. I felt
What-
like they didn't put out a whole lot of new stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of hype for anything. Bethesda doesn't want to be known as that company that just puts out Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
But that's
But
what they keep doing.
That's what they keep doing.
It's not Bethesda as a whole that's how do I say this? Bethesda as a publisher
Mm-hmm.
is different from Bethesda Game Studios.
The
The publisher has been putting out the new games.
They keep porting it and porting it
Uh,
and porting it.
yeah.
Bethesda Game Studios is working on 3 different massive projects right now.
And what are those projects?
We don't-
Unknown.
We don't know.
Yep.
So,
Unknown.
Ladies and gentlemen.
are we moving on to like Ubisoft or something?
We should. We've got about 7 minutes left before we got to wrap.
Okay, so Ubisoft, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
I am excited. It looks like XCOM.
I
It is
think-
Mario
okay.
and Rabbids.
Yeah.
I watched gameplay. It actually
'Kay.
looks fun.
I don't like the rabbits. I hate the rabbits.
So do I, but this game should be fun.
I think if they were gonna do something like that, and they were gonna
Rabbids
take,
are a weird choice.
well, if
You
they
know
were
what
gonna
that means, though?
if they were gonna take a game of character from the Rayman series, it should have been Rayman.
You did
Rayman is canon to the Mario
you
universe
didn't
now.
make that connection?
No, I didn't.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Well-
means at some point we could see Mario and
I-
Rayman in a game together.
You
You know-
could, yes.
I love that Rayman is getting his own games and they haven't just shelved him
Me
like
too.
Activision did with Spyro
Um,
Mm,
and turned him into just a character
Crash
in...
Bandicoot.
like at first that was like Spyro Skylanders.
Wasn't
And
there?
now it's just
There was something about
Skylanders.
Crash Bandicoot this E3, wasn't there?
Yeah, in the Sony conference, which is what we'll talk about next. But first, South Park, Fractured But Whole,
Man.
meh. Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
There's
that's-
been a bit of hype about that game.
Far Cry's a fun game.
And
series.
that,
I mean,
so far, out of all of the Far Cry games, Far Cry 5 is the one where taking down bad guys is actually your job at the start of the game. You are a police officer taking down the bandits and stuff
That's-
at the start of the game rather than being just a random passerby.
Hey, you're
Or
not
washing up
morally ambiguous. You know
It's
what
your job.
is. Oh, I'm a detective.
Welcome to the Far Cry series. Today you'll actually have a purpose.
Instead of just stopping by
Okay.
to finish the game in 5 minutes, you just gotta sit.
Okay, we
here.
gotta hurry. There's some fun stuff to talk about, and we've
All right,
kind of we haven't gotten far.
The Crew 2, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is basically them taking the concept of the boat battles in Black Flag and turning that into a full game.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that should have just been a concept on its own.
It
It
really
should
should have.
have, but was
And
not.
when they
Yeah.
introduced it in AC3, I didn't play the boat stuff because it was boring
Um,
and hard.
a couple of new VR games, and the most massive reveal that Ubisoft made this year was Beyond Good and Evil 2, which looks fantastic.
It does.
But
Really, it does.
it, but
You sound like you have constipation on this issue.
yeah, it looks nothing like the original game, and I'm okay with that because I didn't play it. So,
Play it. It's fun.
yeah. So Sony.
Sony. Can we start with Crash Bandicoot?
Yes. Go ahead and talk about Crash Bandicoot.
Oh no, you lead into it. I'm not near as educated as you are.
Yes. I'm very educated. I've got the overview right in front of me. So, so we'll do the same thing we did with the other one.
It's a new Crash game.
Yeah. No.
No, it's not. I like to hype people
Are
up,
they
but it's not.
remaking some more of the games?
No, they just put out a new trailer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When is the
Yeah.
Insane Trilogy supposed to come out?
I believe it's later this month.
Cool.
If you have not played the Crash Bandicoot games, ladies and gentlemen,
This is your opportunity.
I mean, maybe
I
they're
feel like this might be the
Okay.
best experience because then you don't have to deal with those old 90s graphics.
yeah. If you feel like playing a PlayStation 1 game without having to deal with PlayStation 1 graphics, get the Insane Trilogy.
Yeah.
You'll
it's-
get 3 games for the price of 1.
It's I mean, putting in a plug here for this game, obviously, but
I think it'll be worth it.
it's the Crash Bandicoot series is so much fun. It's a platformer that we grew up with, and it's just a riot. Oh my
Okay.
word!
Yeah. So.
And what other game do you hear a player go, "Ow"? I'm plenty. Go on.
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So,
I'm just saving all the kids locked in
I'm
closets.
gonna have to find
Alright,
a gift
so
of that.
Good heavens!
Uncharted Lost Legacy, Horizon Zero Dawn's DLC.
Wait, they're doing another Uncharted game?
Yeah, it's one of the side games.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah.
there's an
Never mind.
Uncharted
I-
movie coming out.
Yeah, I really wish Naughty Dog was working on a
Worthwhile
new
fun.
Jack and Daxter game, but
Oh
you know,
my
whatever.
word! Everybody wants a new Jack and Daxter.
That'd be fun.
And they'll do that when they feel it's time for it.
They,
Um,
they, I don't know, because everybody wanted a new Crash Bandicoot game.
But Naughty
they're-
Dog didn't have the rights to Crash Bandicoot. Activision still has the rights for that.
Oh, do they still?
Yeah.
That's why Naughty Dog stopped making the games after Crash 3.
That's right.
And that's why they
Alright,
started to go
so,
downhill a little.
Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Monster Hunter World.
As far as we know, that's going to be exclusive to PlayStation. So if you like the Monster Hunter series,
No, it's coming to PlayStation,
Isn't it coming to
Xbox,
Switch?
and no, not Switch.
Oh, I thought it was coming to Switch.
PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Ah, yes. No Switch.
Switch.
That's right.
Well, Switch is getting Monster Hunter XX. Monster Hunter. Thank you, Daniel, for laughing at me.
Monster Hunter.
Oh, and the most exciting thing for me to come out of the Sony press conference was Shadow of the Colossus PlayStation 4. Woo!
Yes.
Yes!
we should replay that game.
Skyrim VR, which ticks me off so bad because you have to buy the entire game again,
Same
Yeah.
with
even though
VR.
you already have your...
Bethesda. Okay. I like Bethesda. I like Bethesda's games. I do not like that Bethesda's. I mean, like, I understand you have to run a company, but
You're
put it out for a
constantly-
discount or something. Like, if you
Yeah.
already own the game, put it on discount, like Microsoft is or is not doing with
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like it's just getting ridiculous. Nobody wants to buy Skyrim like 10 times.
Well, I mean, I have, but whatever.
I got the remastered edition for free on Steam.
I
Because
bought
had
it
the original.
when it initially came out.
So, PSVR. We have to keep moving. We don't have a whole lot of
No,
time
we don't
left.
have a whole lot of time.
PSVR has Skyrim VR, and Final Fantasy's 15's first VR is a fishing mini game.
Oh, okay.
Final Fantasy 15, Monster of the Deep.
That's a thing.
That's
Great.
Okay.
That's what.
Square Enix has not been it's not unknown for them to do silly, ridiculous things.
You know, I feel like they should have taken a page from Sonic Adventure and not done that.
A page from Ocarina of Time.
That was fun though.
Or Sega bass fishing. Bass fishing.
Sega base.
I'm fishing for bass. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite got a new story trailer,
Yeah.
and there is a demo out for it.
I
Ooh,
know.
is that on Xbox?
I don't know. You'd have to check on that. Here's the controller if you want to do that real quick. God of War, Destiny 2,
Make sure your volume's down, Dan.
an extended look at Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep. The
Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, which is made by Insomniac, which made the Spyro games and Jak and Daxter.
and
Not Jak and
not Jak
Daxter,
and Daxter.
Ratchet and Clank.
and Ratchet and Clank. They also
Ratchet and Clank,
they also
PlayStation
That's the
4
new
one.
they did
Spider-Man
the
game
Infamous
that's coming
games
out,
too,
right?
didn't they?
Yeah.
And Infamous was fun.
yeah,
Infamous was
was
fun.
great.
And this new Spider-Man game looks awesome. If you haven't seen the
Oh.
trailer for it, go check it out.
And with that, we get to the bread and butter of E3. Nintendo.
Oh, my Nintendo!
Wait, before we do that, what do you guys think of Lego Marvel Superheroes 2?
It looks exciting.
Okay. I've always been a fan of Lego games. I think Lego puts out fantastic games. They're so much fun, and their local, like their local multiplayer is a riot, and I love how silly they are.
So the demo is on Xbox.
For Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
It's got Ultron.
It's got Ultron mixed with Sigma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Isn't
Nintendo.
Okay, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Where do you start with Nintendo?
You start at the beginning. With their demo of Pokemon Tournament. Pokken Tournament.
Pokken Tournament.
Yes.
That looks so cool, actually.
Yeah.
I may
so,
have pre-ordered it just because it's Pokken.
And at the very end of that trailer, you got a really depressed-looking Nintendo or Pokemon Company director saying, "Stop complaining at us. We are making games for the Switch. We are making a mainline RPG for the Switch. Pokken Tournament was just the first game."
Which brings us to mainline RPG Pokemon for the Switch.
Yes!
Oh my gosh!
Definitely getting it.
Me too. I'm all over that. Oh yes.
How can you be all over it if you don't have a Switch?
I'm gonna buy a Switch. I've been meaning to buy a Switch. I haven't had money for a Switch. I'm getting a Switch.
Rocket League. Rocket League was announced for the Switch,
Rocket League is fun.
which will be cross-console.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Except for PlayStation.
Except for PlayStation, good.
Except for PlayStation, but you've got it on PC, right?
I have it on
And
PC.
you've got it on Xbox? You've got it, though.
You've got the game though,
I've
not
got
on
it.
PS4.
Yeah, so we could all play together when that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next, what did they announce next? I don't know what order it got
Kirby.
announced in. Kirby. Yep. Kirby's got new stuff. Kirby's
Um,
fun.
Kirby.
Yoshi's getting a new game too, right?
Yeah,
Yoshi's getting a new game. Kirby's
Yoshi
getting a new
happened
game.
right after that. And then They
Oh.
got just a title screen,
Oh
and
my
the internet
God.
freaked
Okay,
out
okay.
about Metroid Prime 4.
If you haven't seen it, it just starts off with this like cloud that's coming in, and it's in the Metroid Prime logo, and then the 4 pops up over it, and then it just scoots over, and Metroid Prime 4, and shivers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my word!
I need to play the Metroid Prime games. I believe they have a compilation on Wii.
They do,
Yes.
I believe. And
Can you play that with?
I think you can get it through the Wii U store.
Can you get it on? Can you play it with GameCube controller? Because
No, it's motion controls because they ported it before they
Yeah.
did that.
I'll get the originals.
Might be a little expensive doing it that way, but
he's single. He's got money to toss around.
that's, that's what you think.
And then there was another Metroid game for 3DS. That was right after that, right?
No, that was announced during the Nintendo Treehouse events.
Oh, okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got a new trailer
Xenoblade Chronicles. That's a fun
And-
game.
and a release date. Fire Emblem Warriors.
I think that was
Yeah.
a really good move. Actually, okay, I want to stop and talk about this game for a second,
Okay.
and the surroundings of it. If you don't know where this came from, Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors were the precursor games.
it's kind of like Hyrule Warriors if you play that.
And well, I was gonna get into that, and that's what led to the birth of Hyrule Warriors, which was the crossover between that series and
And Gundam
Zel-
Warriors.
Zelda. And then there was Gundam Warriors. These games are actually, I mean, they all
They're
play
a
the
lot
same.
of fun.
They all play the
There's
same.
actually a
but-
Pokemon Warriors game.
There's a Pokemon. Oh yeah, on
I did.
3DS.
Yeah.
It was that
No,
one
it was
actually.
just on D. Was it on 3DS or was it just on DS?
It's 3DS.
I believe it was 3DS.
Okay,
3DS.
cool.
But that one actually is a full-on crossover between Pokemon and Samurai Warriors,
Yeah.
because it's got characters
Um,
from Samurai Warriors, and by characters from Samurai Warriors, I mean characters from history that were adapted to the game, because Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors both pull
Oh my
from
gosh.
history.
If you guys
Sort
would like
of,
a taste of
loosely.
that game, I do have Dynasty Warrior 6. We could play that. at
Oh,
some
we,
that's
point.
might play that one on the
true.
channel.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out
I
for
believe
that.
it's only 2 players though, so one of
Oh,
us would be sitting off to the side.
That's
that's
fine. We can still all talk.
Uh,
So,
new
but
date-
that's what that's what Fire Emblem Warriors is, though, and it looks like it's gonna be so much fun. I mean, you already have your overpowered characters in that game anyway.
Yeah.
That carried over Smash Bros. Go on.
Yeah. So, Breath of the Wild's DLC.
I'm gonna
The
run
first-
around. I'm
the
gonna
first
run
DLC,
around in
the date was
tingle
announced
pajamas.
Yeah, the release date for the first one was announced.
June 30th.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
June 30th at the end of the month. So,
Yeah.
woo!
Here in
I
just
think they give
week
more
two?
details on the second
Week or
one
two?
too.
Yes, the second one will be called The Champion's Ballad. The trailer for that opened up with the bird guy,
not
not Rivali,
not
oh,
Rivali.
Wait,
the guy who plays the
The
accordion.
bard. The
bard.
parrot bard.
Can't
yeah.
remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, so it
But
opens up with
he
him
plays
playing,
his lute
and then it shows up with pictures of. Did you just goof that up?
Maybe just a little.
So it pictures of each of the champions, and
Yeah.
then Zelda and Link.
It was really vague as to what that DLC
it's-
was exactly.
It's going to be a story-based DLC.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a
it's going to have a new full-size dungeon too.
new arc and everything.
It should.
Yeah.
That should be fun. I wasn't entirely
Yeah.
clear on that.
I
That's
kind of
cool.
wonder if it's going to be like in a separate map or if it's going to be like attached to the
I-
unexplorable Hyrule.
It
I-
might.
I'd be a separate map, just so I've got a whole new section to explore, and I don't have to go
Run
that
all the way across
Yeah.
the. Well, I guess you could fast travel across the map, but
Yeah,
whatever.
We'll find out about that.
Yeah, we'll
later,
see
I'm
what
sure.
goes on with that. I'm excited
I'm
for that.
sure there'll
The-
be a Nintendo Direct about that.
An
The
entire
projected time of
hour
release
long.
is holiday 2017.
Yes.
But you know what that means for Nintendo? That means October 27th, because Super Mario Odyssey got a release date.
Woo!
Previously, the
Okay.
release window was holiday 2017.
If you guys have been watching us play Rhyme, you will know that I am kind of on the fence about this game.
Have you seen the new?
Well, I have been on the fence about this game. I'm sold on it a little bit more now. It looks like fun, especially
sold.
the concept of being able to play a T-Rex. I like that idea, being able to possess a T-Rex.
There is co-op. One person will play Cappy, the other person will play Mario.
I've seen that.
So
I like that. Single player Mario games, not my favorite.
Can I say something about it real quick?
Yeah.
yes, real quick.
I pre-ordered it before the Switch came out.
Are you serious?
I pre-ordered it.
You've
at the same time.
you've been waiting for quite a while, sir. Anyway.
So right, Super Mario Odyssey. The thing that I'm most excited about is that you have different costumes you can wear.
Yes.
You have equipment.
Well,
Some
and
of those costumes are actually references to the older games too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
and
the
There's
world
that Mexican Mario.
There's
that was
over
doing-
30 different costumes.
and it's open world, right?
I believe they said that somewhere. It's semi-open world.
Semi-open, like you
It's-
jump
it's-
worlds a little bit.
It's open world missions.
Open world missions.
It's like
okay. Mario Sunshine.
yeah, but bigger worlds.
Okay.
It's like Super Mario 64 on a grander scale.
Okay, because in the past I've said this looks like Mario got
I was
dumped
thinking-
into Sonic
I was
Adventure.
thinking 64 met
But-
the world sizes of like Galaxy, but more open.
They
Like you could go to the different places.
they showcased their
without-
desert world,
Yes.
which looks really fun. It's kind of Mexican themed, right? Is that what you'd call it?
Mexican.
Describe it.
It's just generically desert themed because I believe that's where the Sphinx was.
Oh, so it's just okay. So
It's just
I
desert.
didn't watch a whole lot of it. I saw like little bits and pieces. So it's just desert. They take like from Mexican culture. It looked like there was a little Mexican style town,
Mhm.
and then there's the Sphinx. And
Uh,
the game looks like it should be pretty fun. I'm a little more sold on it now. I admit, like a lot more sold on it.
yeah.
I don't know
so
if I'll go out of my way to buy it right away. I am very into the multiplayer concept of Mario.
Instead of collecting stars in it, though, you collect moons.
Yeah, it looks like a decent mix of Mario 64. I liked Mario 64 actually. That one was a really fun one. So maybe I'm more on board with this than I think I am.
Yeah.
So it's a little
when-
more like the Shine Sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you collect a moon, it doesn't kick you out of the level. You get to keep playing the level.
Yeah.
If you're really close to another moon and you're like, oh man, I don't want to get this one because that one's harder to get, you can just get both.
Which I think is a
like
really
that.
good way of going about
It's
it. Yeah.
it's more like Donkey Kong 64 and Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
So, couple more things to talk about. Well, just one really for me because they had new gameplay for Sonic Mania.
Sonic Mania. Okay.
I
Sonic Mania.
pre-ordered that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
August.
Sonic Mania looks fun, but I want to get into this for a second. I want another Sonic Adventure game. Sonic Mania looks fun. Sonic Mania's got the access to playing modern Sonic and
That's
old Sonic.
Sonic Forces. Sonic Mania is the classic style game.
Oh, it's the.
They're
they're
making another
two.
series
Oh.
in the old style.
There's 2 Sonic games coming out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania. That still, I'd like another Sonic
there
Adventure
was
game.
there was new gameplay for
Forces and Mania.
yeah, and
Mania is Mania in the side scroller style? Then I missed that one.
yes.
Okay, so it's just another one that fits into that same universe. You fight some Dr. Robotnik stuff, and
Yeah, you actually go
It's
to older zones
basically to break Sonic Mania down,
too. It's a remix
it's-
of the old games.
not a remix. It is its own game.
You go to
It
Green
is-
Hill Zone.
So
It,
every
that's a
Sonic
remix.
game has Green Hill.
yeah,
No, it has a version of Green Hill. This one actually has Green Hill Zone.
What-
Along with the power plant and stuff, you go to the older levels too.
Okay. I'm not getting into this with you right now.
Alright.
It is its own game.
it
Sonic
can be-
Mania is a Sonic game made by Sonic fans.
which I think is a good way of going about
Sonic
it.
Forces is the same thing. And to watch the gameplay of it that
Mhm.
GameSpot had on its YouTube channel, one of the guys who's making it, you can tell that he's just this little kid who's so excited to be working on Sonic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces, it has potential. It really, really does. In my opinion, like I mean, I say I want a Sonic Adventure 3, but this game does introduce a new villain that we haven't gotten a name for yet. But he looks like this big flaming dude.
Not only does it introduce a new villain, it brings back the old villains.
It does.
Chaos,
Shadow,
that one,
Robot Sonic, or
Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic. Sorry.
and that one guy from
Sonic Lost World.
Lost World.
Oh yeah, I didn't play Lost World.
I have Lost World.
What do you think of Lost World?
It's decent.
It's all
I'm-
okay. We could try that out.
The Zelda DLC is great.
I played that level,
I'm
or at least
Yeah.
tried to.
I
I don't think I finished it.
the Wii U gamepad back at Mom and Dad's place is busted. The left stick, when you push it to either side, has a delay of turning off.
Oh.
So if you want to just tap it, it stays on for like 2 seconds and then stops. And it's like, come on, man.
So
Well, that's not going to be
So,
fun playing
okay,
okay,
Smash with
Sonic
that.
Forces though. You can play modern Sonic, you can play classic Sonic, or you can make your own character, which I think is an interesting
This-
concept that they're finally implementing because
Yeah.
it's like Sega got sick of everybody just using these DeviantArt Flash thing.
They're,
Well, I mean,
they're OCs.
yeah, your OCs. I maybe people don't use those anymore. It's not 2009. We don't know.
They do use those.
Do they use those still?
They do still use those.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there was a Sega sanctioned one though too?
Sega sanctioned fan art?
No,
No, OC Creator.
Oh,
I
OC
used it
creator.
myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
the
yeah.
OC creators,
Yeah, people use that.
the Sonic dress up games.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
But the character creations I think is an interesting concept. It's something that hasn't been implemented in the Sonic games before. You can also select different powers for your
Oh, yeah.
character.
So,
It definitely feels like pandering.
some. Well, I mean, you want to know why it feels like pandering? Because the internet has so many OCs. If you Google your name, the Hedgehog,
Yeah.
I mean your actual name. So if we were to Google it, it would be Daniel the Hedgehog or Christopher the Hedgehog, Hedgehog, or
Christopher Dage.
or Bruce the Hedgehog. It would
Something else.
have something.
Yeah.
If you have a common name or even a mildly uncommon name, there is a Sonic OC for you. And if you look your name up and there isn't one, you need
Okay.
to make one. That is your duty.
Okay. One thing
Duty.
One thing I am stoked for. Okay. I feel strongly about Sonic.
Yeah.
One thing I am totally stoked for, the character creation adds the possibility of being able to make Scourge the Hedgehog from the comic books,
Oh, yeah.
who was a clone of Sonic,
We could make Manic. Or
But-
Sonya.
or Manic or Sonya, who were in the
Sonic
Sonic
Underground.
Underground series.
Oh my gosh, so I found out
Um,
in Sonic Underground, Sonic, Sonya, and Manic were all voiced by Jaleel White.
yeah.
All three of
You
them.
didn't know that?
I
What?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
I didn't know. All of them are Urkel.
are you? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. I mean, Sonya just
I knew that
sounds like
Sonic was.
Sonya sounds like a bad impression of Sonic. So, but
I
Okay.
wouldn't have gotten it with Manic.
on that
Never.
route though of the comic books and the TV series, I would like to see a Sonic the Hedgehog game that is based on the comic books.
Yeah.
The comic books, I mean, like the story's good and bad in some
Dude,
spots, but it depends
you-
on who's writing
A
it.
game about King Sonic.
King Sonic, or even just about the Acorn Kingdom in general.
One of the great things that they did with the comics was that they gave Sonic's rebellious attitude something to rebel against.
And and a full-on rebellion.
Yeah.
If you
Because
haven't read the Sonic the
Eggman
Hedgehog comic,
has taken over the world.
Well, and he's Robotnik is different in the comic books than he is in the
Well,
games.
Robotnik-
In the games,
There's actually two different
Robotnik and
Robotniks.
Eggman are two different people.
Yeah, they are.
yeah.
They're not the same person.
Wait, because you've got Eggman, who is closer to the classic Eggman, who's in the games when they started calling him Eggman, whereas Robotnik is a cyborg.
Robotnik, oh my gosh.
Robotnik is a crazy character.
And then the Eggman that you see nowadays is actually a different person too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came from an alternate universe.
If you guys, okay,
It
I-
gets crazy.
we're geeking out over comic books here. If you guys,
need to get into Sonic comics.
if you guys haven't read the Sonic comic books, I'm gonna suggest that you read them. I suggest that you play games. I suggest that you read comic books. You know, this is all don't get that is there. I mean, I feel like we've kind of lost a sidetrack here. We were at the end of E3 though, anyway, right?
Well, yeah, that's where we go
We-
to review.
We wrapped up E3. Read the Sonic comic books; they're totally worthwhile. Find out who Sally Acorn is and the whole gang
that's-
there. Antoine is cool.
That's
Um,
something about Sonic Forces that I'm really stoked for too, is that there is a rebellion.
Yeah.
Sonic is part
Yeah.
of the rebellion because Eggman has taken over, and this is exactly what Sega
Okay.
has said, 99% of the world. At that
So-
point, you might as well have just taken over the entire thing.
No, that's
Yeah,
that
Eggman's-
1%. That 1% is what Sonic's
we
protecting.
are the Sonic is the 1%.
So
Sonic and himself.
I'm hoping. Okay, it's got a release date, right?
Does
it?
Holiday 2017.
Yeah.
Not a proper
Holiday
release date.
27. Okay, I'm really hoping that there's something they haven't revealed and that they'll at least mildly incorporate in the characters from the comic books. The comic book characters have appeared in one game, and
Which one?
Sonic Spinball.
Oh yeah.
You could get like this special thing, and their heads would pop up, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, in review.
In review, E3 2017. Nintendo took the show. I
Cross-console
would say
Minecraft.
cross-console Minecraft.
Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces.
Uh,
Skyrim again. More Skyrim.
Skyrim again and again and a third time actually.
Yeah. You got to see Skyrim come out.
Skyrim, Switch,
Switch,
Skyrim VR,
VR,
and
and-
Skyrim DLC for Elder Scrolls Legends.
And Skyrim paid mods.
And we'll come up with an outro for this later. We've been the Baird Brothers.
And thank you for listening to our first podcast.
For an outro, something to tack on the end, let us know.
Whether that's a saying or if you've got a favorite song that is not under copyright and we could actually use,
For now, I'll just make it up.
Cool.
like we do with everything else. Thank you.
Peace out.